Today, I'm going to walk you through the exact process that I use to help over 250 financial advisors and their teams sound remarkably different, grow their businesses, and create the life and future they want to enjoy. Hi, I'm John Cook. I'm the founder of Advisor Story, where we help advisors and their teams create a more profitable, meaningful way to talk about what you do, because life is too short to sound like every other financial advisor. Well, since 2017, I worked with that many advisors and their teams using message development, how you talk about what you do, why it matters, and what makes you different. And what I've seen over and over again is that advisors, you're not innately taught how to tell your story, right? You've probably been told, well, just tell why you became a financial advisor. It's not that simple, because how you tell it matters just as much as what you say. And that's why we use the advisor story model to give advisors like you a clear path to creating the story that can attract and close the right type of investors. So first, we start with Storify. So what do? It's kind of the classic happy hour, holiday mixer, Thanksgiving dinner type of question, right? And if you're like most advisors that we've worked with, the answer is probably something along the lines of, I'm a financial advisor. So right off the bat, you put a label on yourself. You kind of grouped yourself in with kind of this junk drawer of other financial advisors, and nothing stands out as interesting or remarkable about your answer. But let's say that you work only with franchisees. And let's say that you only work with franchisees because your dad or your grandma was a franchisee. And what if you saw what poor financial advice did to your dad's or your grandma's business and their investments? How they didn't get the freedom or the chance to really pursue their dreams like the way they wanted to because they didn't know how to build wealth. And what if you became an advisor specifically because you wanted to create a better experience for other franchisees who have many of the same types of questions and concerns and doubts that your dad or your grandma had? Now we answer the question, so what do? We answer it like this. I give franchisees the support and clarity that they need to create a powerful financial future that my dad didn't get to have. And I happen to do that as a financial advisor. See, we've tagged your role at the end, but did you hear the story throughout the answer? What we've done is we introduced the real hero, franchisees. We've defined what you bring to the table, support and clarity, and we've embedded your why, because your dad didn't have the type of support and clarity that you now get to give as a guide. Every advisor's answer is different because our purposes are unique. But when we Storify your answer, it gives a much more vivid picture for the right type of people. There are a few key elements in Storify, such as identifying your purpose anchor, and when we craft your advisor manifesto. Now, think of this as like the first lens for how we look at every area of your business and message. We do a deep dive into truly understanding your audience on a granular level using a combination of neuroscience and empathy, and I call that neuroempathy, to build out your PIP, your perfect for you investor prism. This lets us know exactly what your ideal client wants to think and feel and do every step of the way, every conversation with you. So in this first part of the advisor story model, Storify, we focus on 3 key stories that every advisor needs to know. In fact, I created another video about what those 3 stories are, and the link's in the description below if you want to click and watch it. But for now, we start with Storify. And once we know why you stay serving as a financial advisor, you need clarity on how you show up to the people that you want to serve. We focus on what we call the advisor advantage, seeing where can you stand out in your market, and then we articulate your proprietary process and your framework. We finish out by mapping out a series of conversations that we call your perfect for you prospect investor sequence. Everywhere you share your story, it needs to be absolutely clear what makes you different. On your website, your social media, specifically like LinkedIn or wherever it is that your audience hangs out the most, you need to be absolutely clear. So for many of our clients, that means that we do a copywriting makeover of your website and social media bios. It often doesn't mean a rebuild of your website, just kind of a refresh of your website copy. We focus on only a few key pages: your homepage, your About Us page or your story page, and your process page. So how are your core values embedded in your website copy so your ideal investors can see what makes you different? You need to clarify the difference to stand out from other advisors in your space. So once we Storify your approach and clarify how you talk about what you do through your website and your social media, that's when we can amplify your message. Part of what makes us different is that we invite your compliance department into a proactive conversation. We lean into this idea of bold compliance. It changes how you engage with your audience faster and in sync with compliance to create a remarkably different experience. Now, you might wonder, does this approach work? I'm on a first name basis with 3 national compliance departments because advisors and compliance reps love our approach. So advisors like you can amplify your message through LinkedIn, on lead generation, or wherever else that you find your ideal investors. You can amplify your message through ongoing content that's interview-based expertise like articles, podcasts, YouTube, or any of the types of content publication styles, but the emphasis is on interview-driven content. One area where I see a lot of advisors miss out is amplifying their message through speaking opportunities. And there are thousands and thousands of podcasts in your specific niche that are looking for guests just like you who can share some good perspective with their audience. Again, let's go back to this franchisee example. If your target market is franchisees, look for podcasts specifically geared towards franchisees and offer to be a guest to talk about some of the most common money traps that you see franchisees get into. The more you can get your message in front of the right audience, the greater opportunity you have to leverage that interest into real conversations. If you like what I shared today, please give me the thumbs up, hit subscribe to catch more of my videos about how to have a clear, remarkable message that shows that you're different, because life is too short to sound like every other financial advisor. Now, where a lot of advisors get stuck when it comes to amplifying their message is not knowing what types of speaking opportunities are out there. I already mentioned podcasts, but there are a couple of different ones that I absolutely love for advisors. So I created a video about the 3 best types of speaking opportunities for financial advisors. Hit play on this next video, and I'll see you there.